So I just said it, so it's kind of coming back now. But look at the picture I just took. So they're hacking my eyebrows to do it. Because normally my eyebrows should sit like this, but they make it hack in like that to cause it. Because look at this picture. My wrinkles fading, it's disappearing. You could see the white marks, particularly there. You could see the tan line from the wrinkle unfolding and healing. Right there, all along the top there, you could see the tan line. Right there, the difference. And it's not like I could. That's how my eyes should. That's how my eyes should be relaxed. That's about how far my eyebrows should be spaced apart. But they make it now. It'd be closer to make me wrinkle. That's why it's all my skin is pressed in now, and then just like this vein. Every time I pull out the camera, they're able to, even though I have proof of it, of them, of the vein disappearing in 2 hours. But now, every time I pull out, okay, maybe it's not, it's gone now. So the vein isn't there. I'm just going to get in better light. But I'd pull out the camera to film it, and the vein would pop out. It'd pop out. But now, as you can see, the vein is nowhere to be seen. It was in this region. There's my scar. I'll just show you yesterday. But every time I would pull out the camera to film it, they would hack my vein and it'd pop out within seconds. Within seconds, they were able to hack my biology to make it pop out within seconds. So August 17th at 3. So this was 2 days ago. Up, I guess. So they just added some blush tech. I felt something in my ear, so I just showed it on film. So it's Saturday, August 17th at 3:53. And now the vein that was sticking out is gone. It's gone. They're trying to make it appear right there, but it was gone a few seconds ago. That's why I pulled out the camera. So they made it appear there. You can see the vein right there. Check back later once I walk my scar. So whatever they clicked in my ear causes that. So dispatching those people for using chemical warfare on the true monarch of the world is me, not the Japanese emperor. Every time I say the monarch, the Japanese emperor wants that titleage, but he's unworthy of it. And I brought that up, so I just have to show you why he would be, because I guarantee you that the Japanese emperor's DNA map doesn't look like that. Everything but the white area. So Africa, North America, South America, Australia, China, India, Japan, Korea, Europe, Indonesia, all along here, because they might be making it look whiter than what it is, but it's almost the entire planet, but parts of Russia that are uninhabited in by some sort of the Caspian Sea, I believe it is. But anyways, the Japanese emperor probably doesn't have anywhere near that, so he doesn't have the DNA to be qualified as the monarch for the world, as Christian Eric Arnie Meyer, myself does, and soon to be Eminence Cristiano Meyer Diggins. So anybody that tries to hide behind any of those names, the system would have to hunt down those predators that know the value and importance of my name. And anybody in the system who has violated me and views me as kin and has ever felt me masturbated would be dispatched by the system if they know what kin means to the system. Because I do have billions of kin, but most of them, probably 99% of them, are unaware of my existence. So I'm just going to try to find another video where I talk about how the vein was gone, and then as soon as I pulled out the camera, it appeared Because like this video shows that the vein wasn't there, right? So this one might be it. So let's see. So they did have time because I thought about it. So that is showing up right there, but it's now a different way. It's going this way rather than this way, which is different from my other videos. And this, they're making it look like a pimple, but who gets a pimple on their leg? Like, I've never had a pimple on my leg. And when I squeeze it, there's nothing in it. It's like a scab. It's a scab. Nothing comes out. Like, that pus should have came out of that. No pus comes out because they hacked my biology, and so I just uninstalled it, so hopefully it heals now. Uninstalled the software that was causing it. Hacked my DNA. Then I'm panhandling, and I've got, they sell the lock. I need the lock for so they can't blow over the cup and make me hit metrics when I pick up the cup with the wind. Right, so I need the weight of the lock in the cup, so anybody that registers me, they register their own sexual deviance. Not my perceived deviance or whatever Jack storyline, whatever storyline they have about me, Unabomber storyline, because I like that movie Blown Away 20 years ago. So that's that. So I'll just show you. So that was from yesterday. So this is, it's still kind of there, but it's healed. So there is technology in there, especially yesterday. Yesterday, when I'm like uninstalled the technology, I could feel it literally retract from my skin. I could feel it depressed. They call us this one thing on my biology, like the skin tag, and I unhacked it and I visibly watched it shrink like maybe a millimeter or so, enough that my eye could detect it, enough that my eye could see it shrink. And then as soon as I realized that, they started hacking it, and then I watched it expand to the same proportion, right? So I watched it shrink, right? Like, so anyways, I tried showing a couple people in person that using the technology that's out in the world prefers my DNA, and they use it to violate me. So once again, I'm losing my voice now because I'm getting the ventilation. But so the technology is used to violate me. So the clouds, I could show at any point in time, anywhere in the world, your expense, my convenience. But you would have to have a camera that had wind gauges on it, like slightly little sections, so you could see like this. I'll show you a video because I tried demonstrating it to people, and it's noticeable to me, but I can't wager someone and say, hey, I bet you $20 I could stop the clouds, because without a little gauge, they're going to be like, nah, it didn't stop, right? But so with proper technology, I'll show you in a second here. I didn't even watch that video. They wanted it on my history, I guess. These are some of the ads that came up. Why is Iran bluffing? I never watched that. Those must have been advertisements. I never watched this Saturday Night Live. I've been watching my own videos. I never watched Lil Wayne. Oh, here's some urine evidence. Look at the color of my urine. So this is my urine from a little while ago. Look at the color of that's urine. Here's more typical urine. So this is my urine from and this is how my biology reacts. This is my urine from the last time I went. And this is the urine that I got from drinking McDonald's coffee. So McDonald's, I'm going to have a lawsuit, I guess. And there's this one lady, she looks like a man to me, and she doesn't like that. She violates me, like her psyche, and she gets affinity just because she looks like a fucking man. And Most people probably think she looks like her dad or her brother. That's her own fucking prerogative, right? Don't blame me for your poor fucking genetics. That doesn't give you a right to violate the divinity of my blood and hack my biology. Because I didn't went to McDonald's, didn't go to McDonald's. That's the difference, and I'm keeping those samples. So there's going to be nanotechnology in there, and I've never want nanotechnology to be concealed by the system. Any skew in that narrative for anybody pretending to be me would have to be executed. I would never want to hide the technology that they use to violate my biology. They would be insane. These people aren't insane, they're criminally culpable. So anybody, they would have to face the thy sloth to die metrics that I faced the other day to log into the system, because they would be intentionally trying to skew the system for nefarious purposes. Because why would I want to conceal the technology, the nanotechnology, in my excrements that could reveal how I'm being violated? And they were hoping I would forget that because they administered LSD, but I didn't forget that. I'm never going to forget that they're violating me. They're idiots. Or how powerful I am, how smart I am. If you look at my eye over the last few seconds when I said that, that was somebody else's reaction to what they heard me saying. It was different than what I know what I'm saying, but they had a different physiological response in that eye, and then now that eye. Did you see how that eye moved? My eyes shouldn't be moving like that unless they're getting hacked, because I'm looking at one spot. Like, I have one video right at the end of the video. As soon as I logged in, my eyes went like this, poof, as if the computer shut down. So that being said, it's gonna be hard in the future. Now that I'm posting this, and I thought this, they're gonna have technology to make it so my eyes don't make these erratic movements. But in all my previous videos, there would be a noticeable pattern that would be a different pattern than typical human eye movement with computers. They would see my eye just flinched when I said that because they weren't expecting it. Right, I caught them off guard. Right, so if you look at that, as soon as I said that, this eye flinched. My eyelid slightly went down. And I'm so in tune with my biology that I know these things. I feel the switch. There was the switch right there. I feel it. Because they've been violating me for 6 years now. I've been, I realized at first, I thought, I knew I was being watched because I would think of something like, just say Star Spangled Tuna Fish, right, in my head. I think of Star Spangled Tuna Fish, and then all of a sudden I go to Facebook, and then I'd see Star Spangled Tuna Fish. It's like, what the fuck? I never told a single person this. Never thought this out loud at all. And then other social media or whatever. And so then I started baiting them with these Star Spangled Tuna Fish things. It's like, okay, what random thing could I think of? And so I think of it, and then sure enough, it would show up on social media or in life. Might be in a newspaper, it might be like Wagoneer of the day, right? It'll be something some unique phrase that related to me personally that showed up in my reality that I only thought, right? So I'm like, well, how is this possible? How can they possibly do this? So then I thought scientifically, because when you read, you're breathing in. So when you're breathing in, you're actually reading and pronouncing your words that, like, as you're breathing. As you're reading, you're pronouncing it. So with scientific instrumentation, or even if you were with somebody long enough, you heard their speech pattern, you'd be able to pick up words that they were saying just by listening to them breathing. If you're in tune to it, especially with scientific instrumentation, right, you'd be able to. So I postulated that was possibly one way that they could listen to my thoughts. So then I asked them to I forget if I said it aloud or in my mind, and I'm like, can you hear my thoughts? And they're like, yeah. And then at that point I felt violated. How could I escape my mind? And where could I go, right? How could I flee my persecutors when they're violating me from inside my body, right? So schizophrenia is man-made. I'll just show you. They said I got schizophrenia at 42 or something.
According to Wikipedia, schizophrenia is a mental disorder characterized by hallucinations, delusions, disorganized thinking and behavior, and flat or inappropriate affect.
So I have none of those characteristics. I don't have any disorganized thinking. I don't have any delusions or any hallucinations. But they say I have schizophrenia. And then, okay, let's see.
According to Medical News Today, schizophrenia causes changes in a person's thinking and behavior. Symptoms usually appear when people are in their 20s, though the average age of onset can vary. One 2020 study found that the average age of onset for schizophrenia is between 13.78 and 29.28 years old.
So they said I got schizophrenia 5 months after I predicted that they would use that as a maneuver on film at 42 years old. And I developed asthma after I got the COVID shot, and I no longer need my asthma inhaler for months. But yet I cough more at my residence. Lately, I haven't been as much, ever since I posted that I no longer need my asthma inhaler online. So the government found that out officially. So then they're stopping hacking my biology as much. Right? Every time I post stuff online, all the government does is try to develop technology to skew the evidence. Because at 42 years of age, so they say schizophrenics hear thoughts, right? But I'll just show you right now. You have to Google specifically computer-assisted telepathy YouTube. And there's an 8-minute video proving that people could communicate by thoughts over a computer with nanotechnology and artificial intelligence. It's wireless. You look at your screen. So uninstalling anybody asylum worker that might be looking at this that could be inherently good, but revealing their culpability if they're evil subliminally to the system. So it's Monday, August 19th, 2024, right? But I'm making asylum evidence videos. But I could seek asylum next month, next year, 20 years, right? I'm just icing the kicker. I'm just keeping the Canadian government and the world just guessing, right? So they could try to influence asylum workers now, but I might wait a generation. Because they tell me I have a biology that doesn't want to die by disease or age, right? So all I have is time. Every day that goes by, I'm 24 hours older. 24 hours to being the oldest person that ever lived. And every day that goes by, my perpetrators are one day closer to dying. So time is on my side. Because they have to hack my biology. I'm 47, but I'll just show you a video here. This is my athleticism. This is me being hacked. And this video was from the other day. And this is with my biology hacked to suck, and I'm still this athletic at 47. I feel like I'm 25 on the inside. Most of the time, unless my body's being hacked, I feel like I'm 25. I haven't been sick since I found out I had evolution 6 years ago. I never got COVID. There's going to be Canadian medical record. There's going to be no Canadian medical records that I have COVID. Ever. Right? I'm the only person on earth that never got COVID. COVID was possibly derived from my DNA. Because I know they routed people to save these predators, these COVID victims through me, and my body just tanked it. That's how they simulated that I had asthma. But I never got COVID. Okay, so it's not evidence. This is a good video. They would hack it to make it not look like mucus, but at any point, if I did seek asylum, my mucus would probably look like my snot would look like spit. It looks like bubbles.
So I'm gonna do this trick. I'm gonna hack, or they're gonna hack me right there.
So that's proof of the system, because he would start a video, they're gonna hack, and then halfway catch themselves. So you could tell that I inadvertently said that, so it wasn't me. I didn't stage that. That was somebody else. Watch again. Listen how I catch my. I would have to be the smartest person on the word to be able to film it as I'm focusing on filming, doing all the stuff I'm doing, and then mid hack, mid word saying hack, changing that they're gonna hack right afterwards. Listen how I said it. This is my body being hacked.
So I'm gonna do this trick. I'm gonna hack, or they're gonna hack me right there.
So you can see I'm scratching my nose. There's no way I'm scratching my nose, looking at the camera, doing all this thing. They're gonna hack, and then me be like, they hacked me right there, right? So that was my one incident where I was hacked this video.
So I'm gonna do this trick. I'm gonna hack, or they're gonna hack me right there. Try to prevent it. But I'm gonna throw an acorn around my back and catch it between my legs. So watch how they're gonna make me miss when I go to get it with my hand, and how they make me lose balance at the end. There's gonna be equipment that's doing this, so restricting that equipment.
So I was trying to uninstall the equipment in my mind, and I did predict it basically.
It's their penis envy. So these leagues that are restricting me they're never gonna get my DNA. That was one machine.
So right here, so what happens is I'm gonna end up. I guess I'll let it play here.
So I guess I gotta do it over here, so I got more space. So there's different subliminal metrics that they're gonna try to set me up for now. So uninstalling the subliminal metric system.
So I'm trying to uninstall the system, so I did. But now, if you watch this leg right here. Once I say the penis envy choir, because their last name's not Meyer, this leg right here, my left leg, I take a step forward, and then watch how they hack my head to make me look right in front of that leg, instead of me taunting the camera like I would have, because I was pissed off at them, because they hacked me to miss the trick, right? So I was pissed off at the camera. So I'm looking at the ground instead of at the camera. So pay attention to how this right leg moves once I say Meyer. So they register me at that point to steal my attributes and to make it so I miss the trick. And then they follow it up with how I look in front of my left leg. And then the following time I try, my left leg follows up and steps over near one of those metrics to solidify the con, to justify the rights to be able to violate my human experience. So I'm watching in slow motion, or watching.
Because they're the penis envy choir.
So my left leg right now.
So my last name's Meyer.
Then I look down, and then after I miss the trick, my right leg steps on it.
One.
So I uninstall the technology.
This one I got it.
So the third attempt, I uninstalled the technology, and I caught the system off guard. So I knew I had 100% chance of making my best effort, so I was virtually zero chance of missing. I had a 95% chance probably of missing. If I missed, it would have rolled off my fingertips. It would have been they would have had to hack my hand at the last second. So they now have that hack. So when I do the trick, they now have a hack for the sock. Like I'll just show you another one here, but they have a hack for the sock. And so they could control the sock in the air. But because the hardness of the trick is being able to throw it behind your back at a perfect angle to arc enough, so you give you enough reaction time to catch it between your legs, right? So if they hack the sock, it makes it could be impossible, right? But they did allow it to go through, And I decided not to pull the trick off because somebody wanted Affinity. I'll let you watch. You can watch the whole video.
So, I'm just gonna be doing some tricks with this sock and working on agility moves and enhancing my telomeres and constricting the penis envy people as they walk by. So I'm gonna try to kick it behind my leg like this.
So they hack those tricks pretty good, but I'll just watch this last 2 minutes. It looks like I'm getting pissed off here, so hopefully.
So they're able to hack this hawk, so showing the technology and dispatch the penis envy.
There's people walking by.
That's the art of war maneuver for those pedophiles right there to the bottom left and upper right.
The dad hacked me when I said art of war maneuver. He hacked me because he knew what I was going to say, so he violated my human experience, so he had to be executed for that.
So how long is this? I'll do it for another minute 40. Trick to do, but they're hacking me pretty easy. Like right there, right? It was pretty easy for them to hack me when the entire fucking world's working against it.
So instead of me saying it was hard trick to do because it was easy to hack me, they were able to forecast what I was gonna say and then route my brain and cause bottlenecks to try to skew what I was able to say, right? So I just redirected all that technology. I try to steam me saying that right now back to my perpetrators.
So I'm 46, almost 47, but that doesn't change that my fucking kids and my DNA isn't the best on the fucking planet.
So I was sufficiently pissed.
So they hacked the scenario where it would have been easy to do the trick. Meghan Markle wanted the Affinity, so I improvised at the last second.
But they allowed me to kick it up high enough to give me just enough reaction time that it would have been easy to do the trick. So at the last second, I just tried to do a hacky sack move instead. But without unrestricted biology, I guarantee you I could throw a sock up in the air, do a backflip, catch it with my knees, and land. Guaranteed. It'd be easy. I visualized it in my mind. I could do it. So since this is part of the asylum video, I'll tell you why I'm being restricted by the Canadian government. It's because they exploit my intellectual property. And basically, in the future, because of me, there's going to be wind's going to come into your house or apartment or a commercial building or industry. And then it's going to be converted into a hydrogen fuel cell, which would provide power, electricity, heating and cooling for your building, or commercial or industry, right? And the byproduct is water, so that could be fire suppression or potable water, drinking water, for the building. So the advantage of this is if your country's invaded, they typically go for your power supply. Right, so now with this strategy, each building would be its own independent power supply. Right, so there could be some sort of organic component on the roof to be able to, like, some garden or be able to provide food in times of need. Like once I'm king of the world, pretty much every roof is gonna be green, produce oxygen, produce food, some sort of organic component for buildings. There's gonna be a park at the top of the building so people could do their thing, right? Have some peaceful enjoyment. So anyways, so once again, there'd be food and blah, 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 right? So now, just say the building gets targeted and say floor 313 through 813 gets destroyed, right? So typically that building would probably be out of commission at that point. But with this strategy, every other unit would still have power and water and possibly food, right? And so the only way to enhance it even further would be to have each building would be an independent node that for the Wi-Fi network. So instead of them taking out the communication tower, they would now have to take it out house by house to like, so sure, there could be like the umbrella for the communication tower when there's no war, but when there is a war, it could turn into a node, so every building would have Wi-Fi, right? Because then in times of war, now as a citizen, I could be like, okay, I just seen the bad guys here, good guys, right? Or I just seen this human rights violation here, world, help us out, right? So that's the advantage. So basically, I'm too smart, right? And well, I'm super smart. I'm smarter than, I'm watered down right now. So I'm probably 1,000 times smarter than what I am, technically. But so anyways, I'm the face of future man, biology wise, but mentally, like I'm needed for the rest of mankind's existence, right? I change the game, right? So a military application. This is why they steal my intellectual property. Like, I basically created everything important after 1980. But basically, I would have inert landmines, and I wouldn't want landmines at all. But since landmines exist and they're a reality of war, I would have inert landmines that were remotely controlled by artificial intelligence with when programmed to, right? Like, so basically when there's no war, it's inert, so people, the civilians, don't blow their legs up when after the war's done, right? It doesn't harm innocent people, right? But this way, if the soldiers go through the field, they think they're safe, and then the artificial intelligence would detonate and then get them, right? So I thought of at least 30 inventions since June 2024. At least 30 inventions. And I emailed the Innovation Hub in Canada, in the city I'm in. I went there in person. It was locked. I phoned there, no response, and emailed them, not a single response. And the government knows, so the government's suppressing me. I've applied for a job, like I haven't in the last month or two because my housing situation is unstable. But once my housing situation's stable, I'm gonna be looking for a job again. But I've been looking for over a year in 3 different cities, over 100 resumes, and I have probably 20-some years work experience, 6 years in a call center, and I applied to a call center twice, and I was employee of the month probably eight times. I was first in my program once, and out of 150 people, I was ranked number 1, and they didn't even give me an interview. So this is the highlight of the video anyways, is the tan lines. You could clearly see the tan lines, the whiteness of my wrinkles unfolding. So I've been trying to redirect the subliminal that's causing it back to my perpetrators. So I'm going to continue to do that worldwide, because you could see the whiteness of my tan, lack of tan in the area where my wrinkle is, where they've been hacking me. They're making, like, see right now that, look at how deep it is. You don't see the whiteness because they're hacking that. They're putting the subliminal there. My eyes, I would have had to hold my eyes open like this to see the whiteness, because you could see the whiteness as soon as I did that. You could see that. That's the whiteness. You could see the lines in the video, right? So how come in the picture I gained wrinkles making this video in the last 34 minutes? Who does that? Watch the beginning of the video.